Well, that was a waste of fucking like 5 minutes of me rambling with you guys not hearing anything. Thank you so much, Stephen Taylor, for letting me know. That was highly embarrassing. Anyways, welcome back to Overdose Vapes. I'm sorry for the late start. Sorry for the audio mix up at the beginning there. Hope it's better now. What? That's just fucking humiliating. Anyways, what I was saying was, thank you, Martin Luther King, for my day off tomorrow. Really appreciate that. And yeah, besides that, it's Sunday Fun Day, and you guys can hear me now, right? I'm sure, because I just had it muted because I had started this, then I left, and then came back. I knew that was gonna fucking happen too. I muted it, and then I'm like, okay, don't forget to unmute this when you get back. My first name is Travis. Travis from Overdose Vapes. That's generally how I started. Hello, welcome back. This is Travis from Overdose Vapes. That is my first, not my last. My last name is Meeks, Scottish, of Scottish ancestry. I think I got more German in me than Scottish though, but last name comes from the old Padre, so that's what that's all about. Okay, I'm glad you guys can hear me now at least. Yeah, what a mess. What a mess that was. Basically, you didn't miss anything. All I said was thank you, Martin Luther King, for my day off tomorrow. It's Sunday Fun Day. Thank you guys for coming. And I was saying, Kenny B, Fix It Tanner, just the first two guys in chat. And I said, thank you guys so much for showing up. I can always count on you guys to show up and show support. And that means the world to me. And Stephen Taylor, same applies for you. Sin, girl, you know what, Sin? I was just thinking about you. I was just like, literally, I was just thinking, I really hope Sin shows up to this stream because I haven't seen you in a while. So, no worries. I honestly don't even know what post you're talking about, my friend. So, anyways, how's everybody doing? Yeah, Sunday Fun Day. Another thing I was saying was that even though I love my job, Sundays are always, no matter if you absolutely love your job, Sundays, the day before going back to work, are always filled with that existential dread of knowing that I don't have control over what I do tomorrow. But tomorrow I do. Tomorrow is going to be another fun day. So Sunday really is fun day, and I'm having a good time. I'm definitely having a good time. Popping open my adult beverage. And by adult beverage, I just mean energy drink, a half-gallon one apparently. These are cheaper right now at Safeway, where I live, than the small ones. So while I don't want to drink this whole thing, it was cheaper than buying the smaller one. These things are literally going to kill me. And I know that. But I quit using drugs. I don't drink. I don't smoke cigarettes. This is just like the one last thing I have, man. This is the one last thing I have. Travis Air Force Base. Excellent. Salute to you, my friend. That's actually not that far from where I'm at. We used to go down there and check it out all the time. Me and my dad. Fucking delicious. These things actually taste like shit, I'm sure, to like a normal person. But I have such Stockholm syndrome with these things that I'm in love with the flavor of them now. I get no kind of energy from them, but I'm just addicted to them, like the flavor. And there's a lot of chemicals in here that I'm sure are highly addictive. This is going to be like the new cigarette, like for real. People already know that they're bad, but I don't think we know exactly how bad they are. But like 20 years from now, 50 years from now, people are going to be like, you know, that brain cancer you have, that's that rock star. Because I have tried, and we'll talk about, you know what, Stephen Taylor, we'll talk about drugs and vaping, because I actually got into an interesting conversation on a group earlier this week or last week related to that topic. So we'll talk about it a little bit. I'm glad you brought it up. Where was I going with this? Oh, I've tried getting off these things by just drinking coffee. I used to drink coffee all the time, right? And and I was fine with coffee. But then I started drinking these, and now if I can drink coffee, I can try other caffeinated beverages. But these, if I don't drink one of these, I get a crazy headache. There's like definite withdrawal syndromes out of this. So you know, something wacky's going on here. And also now it's ruined me for cold drinks because I go every morning now. I go to work. I pop in one of these. I put it on ice. I drink mine on ice. So now hot coffee to me is just like so. What would the word be? Antithetical to my morning routine that I have to have. I even drink cold coffee. It's just not the same. Ooh, Sin. I love Red Bull and vodka, but that shit will get you in fucking trouble. You know what I mean? Like for real. Like you get fucking drunk drinking that shit. But yeah, I do. I used to drink Red Bulls. That used to be my thing that I drank. And but they're so expensive for the size. I started drinking Rockstar. I used to drink Monster way back in the day. When I first got clean off of meth, I drank these Rockstar, these Monsters. I've told this story before, but these Monsters, I don't even think they make them anymore. Tony Laura, what's going on, buddy? They were called BFCs, big fucking can. And it was a 64-ounce can, giant can. It was this huge, giant can. And I would drink like 4 of those a day. But it helped. It really did help. Okay. So to answer some questions here. Stephen Taylor said, I'd like to earn a ranch. Stick around, man. You'll get one eventually. Red Bull is really good. I actually like Red Bull a lot. But now, Rockstar's ruined me. Like the flavor of Red Bull just doesn't, it's not the same as Rockstar. I really prefer Rockstar flavor. But again, I get no energy from this. I don't get like a boost. I'm just so immune to it. Oh, that vape. A lot of people are drinking Bang. They actually sell Bang at my gym, which I think is really weird because it's still really bad for you. It's just full of sugar and shit. And I don't know why they serve it at my gym. Like that's the weirdest place to serve like something like that. Bizarre. But yeah, Bang's really popular right now. They have a ton of flavors too. I tried a few of them because they were having a sale. It was like 5 for 5, which was a really good deal. And I tried 5 different flavors, and there was a couple that were okay, but just nothing really stuck with me. I'm sure that sounds horrible drinking this, but that was ice. I spit back in there. It's still gross, but look, don't judge me. All right, I have enough shit going on in my life. So, Steven says Taylor said, and Sin drinks a lot of diet monsters. I can't do the diet, man. I just can't do the diet. I tried. What I was doing for a while was getting the diet Rockstar, like one diet Rockstar, one regular Rockstar, and then I was mixing them, and that was like oh, like a little bit better, like as far as I could tolerate it. But what's the point then? You know what I mean? Like you're still drinking a fucking Rockstar, but I was drinking less. So there it is there. The cotton candy one was pretty good. There was another like a black cherry something or something that was all right. Black cherry cream or something was okay. There was some different ones. Rum and Bang and Coke. Get ready to get hammered. All right, so let me see here. Why do dope when a person can vape? You know that there seems to be this really big correlation between people who are recovering addicts and people who vape. And for a long time, I couldn't really figure it out. But there's also a big correlation of people who smoke and people who are in recovery. And like when you go to an NA meeting, there's people who are just smoking constantly. So and there's just not as many people who smoke anymore. So I think that just out of the population of people who smoke, there's a lot of people who are in recovery, and therefore they're also switching over to vaping. Because when I bring up the good for you, oh that vape, good for you. When I bring up the topic of recovery in any kind of vape setting, there's always quite a few people who will say, "Yeah, I'm in recovery too." So, and when I was in this group chat on a Facebook group the other day, somebody said, has anyone else noticed that there's like more than average amount of people who in these communities who are in recovery, and were like, I just don't understand what's the correlation. I'm like, well, I'm in recovery, no exact correlation, but here's my thoughts, and it led to a really interesting conversation. What else? Energy drinks, man, they really are a big thing. So it always sparks big conversations too, which is so funny because it's like soda except so much worse. And I have high blood pressure and I have a bad tooth right now. And I'm pretty sure it's all related to fucking drinking energy drinks. Still can't stop. All right, so let's start with what I'm vaping on. I got some interesting stuff, some new stuff. It's not the same old stuff, at least, and I'm pretty excited about it. Uh, we we wanted to buy some e-liquid. We were tired of the same old shit, right? Panda just went through 1,000 mils of the Panda Puff cereal e-liquid that I made for her, and so she was kind of getting burnt on that. I'm vaping. I vaped 1,000 mils of White Girl. Just made another 1,000 mils. I'm not tired of it, but I did think, hey, it would be nice to have something different to vape. So we were looking around. We're very frugal, especially when it comes to e-liquid, right? Um, I don't like to buy a lot of commercial e-liquid. So we were looking for buy one get ones or whatever. So found a buy three, like it wasn't like buy one get two free, but it was like a buy three at a discount, and it was for Kilo e-liquids, and they had Black Series. They had some of the Black Series. They had all the Black Series and White Series. They had all the Kilo shit. But I remember really liking Kilo Black Series when they sent it out for review. Man, it was just like this is just such like the best thing Kilo had ever made at that point, like hands down. Probably still the best thing they've ever made. And they had honey cream, which I thought was a highlight. Birthday cake again, which was a highlight. Um, and they had milk and cookies, which I thought was also very good. So we got those three. We got milk and cookies, birthday cake, and honey cream. Now, when we got them here, I started vaping the honey cream, and it just took my breath away, like literally, not like figuratively. Oh, it's so good, it took my breath away. It took my breath away and me lightheaded, and it's marked as 3. But I tell you what, on a low ohm dual coil build out of a mech mod, this shit hurt both takes my breath away literally and gives me like the nicotine buzz. So I don't know if this is mislabeled. I don't want to accuse them of that. It says 3 milligram. I'm just going to take them at their word. It is very dark for a 3 milligram, and this is in their new bottles. I just don't remember it being harsh like this. I just don't remember being harsh like this. I remember being very smooth. So I'm plowing through it, and maybe it's some more nicotine. Maybe it's just not as good nicotine. I do know that Kilo. So the original Black Series, which we have a bottle here, the milk and cookies came in the old bottles. So I don't know how old this was, but it was 0 milligram. I added nicotine to it. It's fine. And this is the new shit. All of Kilo's e-liquids now come in these kind of bottles with the box, and they kind of unified all their design. Excuse me. So like all the Moo series, the original series, like everything pretty much looks like this, right? And so I don't know, like when they made that shift, did they make other changes as well? Did they change the nicotine they were using? I just don't know enough about it. And this is really dark for a 3, right? This is really dark, even considering the profile. And so I went back and watched my review of Honey Cream, and my review was glowing. I loved it. And the e-liquid was definitely not this dark. Now, and again, this is not an old bottle. This is an old bottle in glass, but this is all totally new. And it probably has a batch date on it somewhere. It might have been on the box. God, my eyes are getting so fucking bad. It doesn't say on the bottle. I'll have to look on the box, but it's new. It's new. So I'm thinking that maybe this is a 6 mislabeled. It happens, right? It totally happens. So what I did was I actually busted out the old, I forget the name of this tank. I kind of roasted this tank when I first got it for review. And it's still not the best tank, but it has its place. It's from Case. It's the Solomon 2. Single coil. Um, the thing I didn't like about it was just the materials that it's made out of are very substandard, but it actually functions really well. It's got this top airflow, so you kind of avoid the leaking problems with RTAs. It wicks really well, and it's overall a pretty good device for vape. You know, for what it is, it's cheap. So, in a single coil, I got a single fuse Clapton, and instead of round wire as the Claptoning wire, it has flat wire, stainless steel, all stainless steel. And in this circumstance, it's actually a lot easier to vape. I spoke too soon because I just got a fucking dry hit on that. What the hell, man? Ooh, I just walked over to the store and back, and that was not an issue. And I get here and get a dry hit. I was just bragging on you, Case. I don't have time to deal with that. Anyways, besides that part, besides that dry hit, this is a lot better of an experience. The single coil, I have to imagine it's just that it's a single coil, so it's a little bit less oomph. And can you be on with you, man? I hate plastic bottles. Yeah, we keep a lot of glass bottles around just so we can swap shit over. I really miss. It's just like, look, there was a time where premium e-liquid came in a premium package, I guess is the best way to put it. It just the experience screamed premium. I remember when glass or when plastic was for budget juices, man. Like shit, like White Label would ship you your juice in plastic bottles. And the thing that was funny about White Label back in the day was it would always be different. You get so many different like styles of bottles. I always thought that was really fucking funny. Oh, no problem, Kenny B. You're the man. You do what you got to do, brother. The dry hits definitely will sneak up on you. Um, but yeah, so I'm vaping honey cream. It's still a good liquid. The flavor is still very good. It's just the nicotine is a little bit harsh. So and I know it's the nicotine because I added my own nicotine to the milk and cookies, and it's very smooth, extremely smooth. Panda says it's still a little bit heavy, but um, I find it to be infinitely smoother than this honey cream. Very good. Milk and cream, milk and cookies, or whatever it's called. Uh, very good. Very good e-liquid. Yeah, dry hits are the worst. At least that's not mesh. Mesh dry hits make you want to die. That was just, and that wasn't even like a full one. It was like right on the edge, but it was still bad enough that it wasn't pleasant. So yeah, so I'm vaping milk and cookies from the Black Series, honey cream from the Black Series. Panda's got the, we split the milk and cookies. I got honey cream. She got birthday cake. The birthday cake is top notch as well as that whole Black Series, man, was just fantastic. Then they released the White Series, and the White Series, what it was a bunch of flavors that didn't make the cut for Black Series, so they were very, in my opinion, they were below grade. They had like a white chocolate strawberry, which was trash. The only one that I liked out of the whole batch of the White Series, they had like a Rice Krispie treat. It was pretty good. ADV, what's going on, brother? Everybody's here tonight. So yeah, so vaping some Black Series. Happy about that actually. Once I got it all situated, I'm fairly happy with it. Vaping White Girl, of course. I have something interesting to show in a minute. It's not ready to use it. I was really hoping to get it ready to use before this, um, before the show, but it still has some residue in it. So, but I'll show you guys. Uh, this is not Mother's Milk. I just put White Girl in here because, again, I said this last week. It's got a White Girl in front. What else do I got going on? Oh, and I'm vaping. Oh my god, got a lot of stuff going on inside of me tonight. I'm vaping on the US one, the original US one from Trinity Glass Hardware, with the Trinity or not the Trinity, with the Dead Rabbit with the challenge cap, and this time I'm using the Butcher instead of the Priest because I just got kind of tired of the Priest, and I find that the Butcher has a little bit more clean flow, airflow, right? As far as like there's no turbulence in it. The Priest, of course, has the lots of holes, like a grid of holes, and this just has the open slots, which I find a little bit more pleasing. But the color I don't like as much. the copper one that I have, the Priest, it just fits everything. Like so much of my stuff is that color, right? I usually use the Dead Rabbit on here lately, and that the Priest challenge cap just fits. It just looks like it was made for this. This, on the other hand, is it's a little bit gaudy. No battery in here, which I forgot a battery, but this is the Vandy Vape Mesh RDA, which I love too. Also white girl in there. Not a ton of stuff. And then I got my little mouth to lung setup, which is the Manta, which is the next review that's going to be filmed. It should be filmed tomorrow. And this is the Manta mouth to lung tank from Advikin. I don't know how to pronounce their name. Advikin. I don't know. Started off really just as a compromise, but I've grown to love it. Still not my Haster, man. I got to get another Haster. I'm like fiending for a Cthulhu Haster. Birthday's coming up in February. Not that you guys have to get me anything. I'm not saying that, but where I was looking at a couple things. Panda wants to get me something, so I'm either going to get an authentic workman from AV, from Avid Life, or I'm going to. Is it even called Avid Life anymore? It's probably, I think it's just called AV. Or I'm going to get finally, after all these years, I might get a. I'm gonna have to look it up like I always fucking do, even though I was just looking at it. There's just something about this particular. It just always escapes me, and then it didn't. It's the Squape, RTA from StatQualm. Something really interesting that I missed last year. I was watching some vape stuff today, kind of getting back into just watching vape stuff on YouTube. As you guys know, I did upload 2 videos last week, which I was very happy with my with getting back in the game. Felt really good to upload videos. Felt really felt like a really positive step in the right direction. And I was proud of the videos. Thought the videos were good. The green screen shit on the last video was a little bit off, especially like halfway through. Started seeing a lot of I guess it was on this side, just a lot of distortion on this side. But it took so long, right? There's a huge cat. Yeah. He's actually not that big. He's just a big pile of fur. It took so long for that video to get rendered, because then I rendered it and was going to upload it, and I saw a mistake, and it took 2.5 hours to render the final render of it, because I'll do my edits and stuff, and I render it a couple different times. So I put everything in the timeline, sync up the audio that I record separately to the video, put in the intros, outros, any kind of basic editing, cutting stuff out, adding bottle shots, or like the video I uploaded yesterday or this morning, I guess. The recipe, transitions, all that kind of stuff, and then I will render it out in 4K. I'm not recording in 4K, but I upsample it to 4K and 60 frames a second, and that usually takes probably like 8 minutes. But then I add the green screen. The green screen really hammers it hard as far as processing power. I add the green screen effect, and then I add any kind of text that needs to go in. And then I add bigger effects, like the smoke that you might see, like coming up, or any kind of weird, wacky bricks falling or anything like that. And then I do a final edit for, again, 4K, and that generally takes a little bit longer. It took 2.5 hours yesterday because it crashed twice during render, and then I had to start over. So that was the first sign that things were going to go horribly wrong. Then I started to upload it. It was supposed to premiere at 10:52 p.m. Pacific Standard, and at 3 o'clock this morning, or was it even later? It was like 3:30 this morning. It finally got done, and it was set to premiere, and it just got froze to where it was not premiering to the public. It kept saying private. I would change it to public, save it, reload it, and then it would just say, it would go back to private. So eventually I just had to ditch the premiere and just instantly release it, and that worked. So And so yeah, I was really happy with that video. Something new, sharing a recipe sent out by the community by Fix It Danner. And I didn't know the recipe before I filmed. I filmed the video before I got the recipe, so I did because I kind of didn't want to know the recipe right, while I was doing the review, because then I was going to start like picking apart specific flavorings, right? But I just wanted to look at it as an e-liquid. Like when I'm reviewing Black Series e-liquids, then it'll send me the list of flavors they used, right? I have to review it as a whole product. So that was really fun. And then when I got the recipe, I was really surprised by how simple it was, because it actually comes across as being a little bit more complex than the few ingredients that it has. So really good job, Fix It Danner. Really happy with it. And again, if you haven't seen the video, go watch it. If you have any suggestions for how he can improve it, he's all ears. He would love to get any kind of feedback on that. So what else? As far as the channel, the first video I uploaded was kind of just a trial run, and that was just a simple e-liquid that was sent out by the UK company Doozy. It actually wasn't that bad. It was a pineapple raspberry sangria. It wasn't super or anything, but it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. So what else? What else we got going on? There's another video to go up, and that is of the 3 battery 3F Vape special. And yeah. Oh, I know what I was talking about. So, but because these videos went really well, and as far as in my opinion, people have been watching them. Uh, the people I care about have been watching them, and the feedback has been good, and I had fun doing them. That's what was missing before. I really had fun doing them, and so I was watching a little bit more, like review content and stuff. Watching Todd from wherever he's at, Scotland, I guess. And I noticed, there's a few things I noticed. There's a couple of people, Timmers and Todd, don't show their subscriber numbers anymore, which I think is kind of cheating. Maybe that's just me. So say Todd, because Todd has a lot of subscribers. I don't know why he doesn't show his numbers. It's kind of weird. Unless like they had some kind of serious like drop offs in subscribers, which I mean I could see that happening. I kind of know why Timmers did. I think just from rumors that I've heard from other people, but I don't know for sure. I don't know the whole story. So, but what else? So we've been watching a lot of stuff on YouTube, and then we're Panda wants to get me a present. I told her she didn't have to, but she wanted to get me something. So it's going to be the Workman mod with the Runic RDA from AV, or a Stockholm Swape. But what I didn't know, and this is where I was going. I didn't know last year I missed it, because of course I did, because it's not in my normal rotation of things to buy. It's kind of a European thing. But Stockholm partnered with a mod maker, and they produced a mechanical mod, and it had like a tank that went with it, a 25 millimeter tank that went with it. The tank was way more traditional kind of tank looking than what they normally make. But I was just instant boner for it, man, and that's no joke. And it was like, for the stainless steel one, it was like 122 US. The tank is on sale right now for 70. So it ended up being about the same price as we would get the AV with the Workman. But wouldn't you know it, just like everything from Stockholm always is sold out, and it's sold out. So I can still get the tank, which I might, but that's not really the tank that I wanted. The tank that I want is like a traditional Swape tank, whether that's the Dream X or the what's the one with the colors and shit. They just have so many different iterations, and they have newer ones as well. The Swape is cool because it has multiple decks you can get for it. It does mouth to lung, it does direct lung. It's just a really expensive tank though, and I've always said I wouldn't want to spend more than $50, maybe $60, high end for a tank. However, I will break my rules for a couple different things. I think something from Vapor Giant just released a new tank recently that I think I would be interested in getting, and that's about $150. A Swape, of course, I would pay $150 for. And I think I would buy a K fund. I am interested in the modern K funds, and those are a little bit pricey. Not that pricey, not on that level of priciness, but they are pricey. Or going back and trying to find a Russian 91% OG. I'd like to have one of those as well. Um, there's another tank from that era that I wouldn't mind having. There's a couple tanks from the era I wouldn't mind having. What was the other one? Oh my god, the started with an A. God, I'll have to look it up. Um, RTA 2012 images, like freaking nothing. Yeah, nada. Let me see 2014. Started with an A. It had a weird name. The Yale Prinz RTA, that one's dope, but that's not what I was talking about. They're showing me a lot of fucking buses right now. Sweeps are dope though. There's the Orchid. We used to use Orchids, clones of them at least. Um, Back in the day, like that was our alternative to the K Fund because it had more airflow, and you could, you could actually get a good vape off of it. Um, well, kind of, but that was I wouldn't mind having like an authentic, um, freaking orchid. I could see that. Let me see here. The go- the Goblin V2 Man and the Goliath. It's so funny because UD really they came in around that same time and really just destroyed high end tanks at that time because everybody. The reality was everybody was looking for direct to lung tanks, man, and they just came in and killed it. I'd like to get another limo. I broke my limo, unfortunately. The Typhoon. Didn't start with an A. It was started with a T. I'd like to get a Typhoon GT. That would be dope. Wouldn't mind having that. Definitely wouldn't mind having that. Yeah, man. Typhoon. Vapor Giant. The old school Vapor Giants would be cool too. Yeah. I wouldn't mind. I like the limo a lot. I think the limo came out. The limo dropped. The limo, both of them came out. They were very unaffordable. Inaffordable. They were very affordable, and they could do a lot of things. You could, in theory, get a direct to lung hit off that, but it was mostly a freaking um, it was mostly a mouth to lung tank. And at the time, I didn't have any need for that, but now I'm really getting into mouth to lung, man. Stephen Taylor, thank you. He is a beautiful cat. His name is Ziggy. We got him from a pot farm in Potter Valley, which is a small little hamlet close by here in Mendocino County. And yeah, he's a he's kind of a wild man. He actually cut my hand yesterday. We play pretty rough. Let me check in with some chat here. KB said, yeah. I haven't. I'm way behind. KB said I had a bad dry hit the other day. New Rio Fresh 21700. I forgot the juice. That's a fucking rough dry hit, man. Steven Taylor said dry hits are like that drunk driver saying that the tree jumped out in front of me. Yes. Kennedy said I have a new bottle of the birthday cake. I'm not trying to get it. It's pretty good. I like it. I think it's pretty good. Black Series did a pretty good job on a lot of their flavors. ADV said, finally making my own DIY vanilla custard. Good for you. I hope you're enjoying it. It's just Capella vanilla custard V2 mix with some French vanilla. Good. You know what? Capella V2 is excellent. Absolutely excellent. And French vanilla is cool. I would actually add vanilla bean ice cream to that. My opinion, I put vanilla bean ice cream in basically everything because it adds a legitimately cream vanilla note to everything. White Girl has a giant component of French vanilla ice, or not French vanilla, vanilla bean ice cream. Yeah, So I think as the conclusion of, not the conclusion, but like as the last episode of the DIY of the ODV does DIY um, season, as it were, for 2020, I will probably reveal the recipe for White Girl. What else am I going to do with it? I've been holding on to it, kind of thinking that hopefully one day I could sell it, but it just looks like that's not a possibility. And I would like to share it with the community. And you know what? And to be honest, I can share the recipe and I can still make one shots with it as well, because not everybody's going to want to rush out and make their own. And I can sell a one shot. And I do want to sell a one shot. I really, really do. It's just I don't know the legalities of that 100%. I don't know if I would want to do it, if I should do it on my own, like start a website or a Facebook group, or just add it to my Facebook group. I don't know. I don't know the legalities of it, so I need to really dig into that. I don't know if somebody would be interested in hosting it. Those are all things that I need to find out. So. So ADV said, I enjoy it, and I made like 400 mils for $13. Welcome to DIY. That's what makes DIY so amazing. I made 1,000 mils of White Girl. It probably cost me, I mean, if we're counting, like we've talked about this before, if you start from scratch, obviously you have to buy everything you need, which is nicotine, VG, flavorings. But once you have that, if you just account for like how much nicotine, how much, flavorings, how much VG, it probably cost me, I would say less than $30 to make 1,000 mils. So that's pretty good. You definitely do need to get back into DIY. This could be your chance, man. This whole series that we're doing now, this could be your chance to try out some recipes, and or bust out some killer recipes and send them in, man, for a review. That would be awesome too. I would love to see something that Kenny B came up with. ADV, I'm so glad to hear that, man. So yeah, so if anybody who's new to DIY, if you're like a little bit intimidated by working with nicotine, all that stuff, you can buy pre-made base, which is just VG with 3 milligram nicotine pre-added to it, so that the entire container is 3 milligram. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's really, really convenient too. So highly recommend it. Steven Taylor said, I'm a newbie DIYer, also good. Good. I'm so glad to hear everybody getting in on it. So Fixie Dinner said, a good review on the PB custard. Agree it's more like a PB cream. I've just adjusted the custard percent to 6 and added a couple of cream notes. Good for you, buddy. Seriously, good. I would love to see more substantial custard notes, but it was good. I had nothing wrong with it. I really liked not knowing the recipe while I reviewed it, and then seeing the recipe really kind of shocked me. Jeff Lawson, how you doing, buddy? Kenny B has a bunch of Lima and V2. Hit me up, man. I'll take one off your hands. Stephen Taylor, I will tell him. Ziggy. Hey. He's out. Oh, there he is. Hey, Stephen Taylor said hi. All right. He's cool with that. Stephen Taylor said I have a lot of liquid barn flavorings now. Cool. I'd really like to buy more flavorings, but what I really think I'm going to focus on now is I'm going to focus on really perfecting the Panda Puff cereal e-liquid that we made. It came out really good. It was really just kind of a hodgepodge of recipes that were given to me and that we looked up on our own. But this last one, the first one, I didn't put enough sweetener in it. The first time I've ever used sweetener. White Girl does not have sweetener at all. So it just is naturally sweetened from the VG and from some of the flavorings. But the Panda Puffs needed sweetener. So we added too little the first time, a little bit too much the last time. The carbon buildup on her coils was pretty obvious of that fact. So this next batch we're going to make really has to kind of find that balance in between. But I'm going to focus on those two as my own, as like the ones I'm working on. But I am going to continue to buy some one shots because that's going to be a whole nother segment is one shots. It might just be part of the the ODV does DIY kind of review and recipe series. It won't be a recipe, but it can be like a, hey, this is where I got this one shot. Jeff Lawson, I fell down the rabbit hole of DIY a few years ago, approximately 200 concentrates now, and still one short. Well, Steven Taylor, thank you. He is adorable. He really is cute. He really is cute. I wonder if can I show the picture? I don't see why I couldn't. I actually just posted because I play games online, and I'm kind of like, I'm such a fucking nerd. I'm really addicted to Elder Scrolls Online right now, part of a guild, and so in our Discord server we have like a family photos section, and I just posted a picture of him. So I'm not gonna take you to the Discord, but I did download the picture somewhere. I'll show you. It's the cutest fucking picture of him. It really is. We have a bearded dragon. We have another cat too, who's also really cute. But this is Zig. I'll show you. He is precious. Share. There we go. So there he is. This is his if I fits I sits moment. He really is a fucking darling. It's funny because he's such a little nightmare sometimes. He's a teenager, but he's a troublemaker. But look at that pink nose, man. Like, I'm not a cat guy. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a cat guy. I'm a dog guy. I grew up with dogs. I grew up hunting pigs with dogs. Like, so I grew up with dogs being both my best friends and tools to feed the people that I loved. So I've always just been more of a dog guy, but cats really have grown on me, especially Ziggy. Ziggy kind of changed my mind about quite a few things. He's just so fucking. He has so much personality. He just loves the shit out of me. So, um, you know, he's fucking adorable. Jeff Lawson, man, I tell you what. So I don't know if you know, but we just started a new series on the channel, and it's called ODV Does DIY, and it's where community members send in DIY recipes that they've come up with, things that they want to share with the community, things they think are exceptionally good. Because we have a lot of new mixers out there, or people who are interested in getting involved in mixing, and maybe they just don't have good recipes. They're scared to get started. So if you wanted to get involved, if you have like a DIY that you're particularly proud of, or one that you think people will like, contact me at Overdose Vapes. Excuse me. All lowercase, all one word. Overdosevapes at yahoo.com. Again, that's overdosevapes at yahoo.com. And we can arrange to have it shipped out here. If you don't want to pay for shipping, I will pay for shipping to have a bottle shipped out here, and it will be reviewed as any other normal e-liquid would be reviewed, and the recipe will be shown. If you're interested in how that looks, we just did the first episode, aired this morning, very early, and I thought it turned out really well, and it was from a peanut butter custard that Fix It Danner sent in, so very excited about it. And anybody, that stands for anybody. Jeff Lawson, like Kenny B, anybody who wants to get involved with that particular format, please do. I really want to do more videos like that because I think it's a really cool service to the community. And man, I had a lot of fun doing it. Sin, that stands for you too. I know you mix. Let's get these DIYs flown out here. And again, I don't expect anybody to pay for shipping. And so just hit me up and I will pay for shipping. I can PayPal the money to you for shipping. Not an issue. Let's take a toke time. And I got in here. I actually found Salty Beaches lemon cheesecake. Hello. From Vapecraft. Salty Beaches lemon cheesecake. Very good dessert e-liquid. This is in 30 milligram, I think, or 25. It's good though. It's really good. Not harsh. Damn good. Really, what does everybody think about the federal pod thing? I don't, admittedly don't know enough about it still. Um, I don't think anybody really knows 100% what's going to happen with that yet, right? Unless I'm totally, I haven't watched news in so long because news is just so divisive. And I really think that politics and news are really tearing our country apart. Like the people, right? Tearing the people apart from each other, which is what they always want. And so I've just been trying to kind of disconnect from the news, except for when it's really important things. If things come out that I think are relevant to me deciding on who I'm going to vote for in 2020, me deciding um, policy stuff, then I will watch. But I've actually missed quite a bit of news stuff, so um, not admittedly not as caught up as I should be on that particular thing. I do know that they said that vape shop and open systems and flavored e-liquid would be okay. So that was the thing. I heard that and I was like, all right, well, I honestly don't give a shit about what happens to pods, to closed pod systems. I just don't. I just don't. Closed pod systems started the problems. So if we have to get rid of them, c'est la vie. C'est la vie. Of course, it helped a lot of people quit smoking, and I do understand that, and I think that it would be a shame to lose something that will help people. Um, Regular vaping can help people too. It doesn't have to be a closed pod system. So what is everybody vaping on? Really curious. What are you guys vaping on? Let me take a little drink. Yeah, that's good stuff. On Wednesday, I'm gonna be buying some. I'm a lot of wire. Not like a lot of wire, but I don't have anything interesting. So I'm gonna buy a bunch of wire on Wednesday. I'm gonna buy some more flat wire. I really like flat wire fused Claptons. If you've never had a chance to try them, boom, give that shit a try. It's just as easy to wrap as a fused Clapton once you get kind of like the spacing right, and it doesn't take a lot of work at all. And it actually adds a lot of really robust notes to flavors that kind of get lost sometimes with round wire. So gonna get some flat wire, gonna get some pre-made. I ordered from Lightning Vapes. And Drowsy, what's up, man? I was just thinking about you too. Um, I ordered from Lightning Vapes, and so instead of ordering like pre-made coils from, I can't afford to buy $20 sets of coils from like builders, um, and sometimes I just want a roll of wire, right, that I can just make coils out of. So Lightning Vapes actually has fairly well made, machine made uh, spools of various types of Clapton wire. So they have like 4-core stainless steel Claptons, which I love. I love that. It allows you to use it just as it is. You can make parallels with it. There's a lot of stuff you can do with that pre-made Clapton wire. Saves a lot of time, and it's pretty well made. I trust Lightning Vapes. What else? They make sticks of alien wire, which are also really good, but the sticks are very expensive. You can make 2 sets of coils for $20, so it's a little bit less expensive than buying them from like a builder, but still too expensive. So I have my little those little like things that they made, like the 3D printed little spacer things they made to make aliens. If you're new to the channel, I had a hell of a time a couple years ago trying to make aliens. I got it right a couple times, but for the majority of the time, I just did not get it right. So I kind of gave up on it, but I still have those spacers. I'm going to give it a shot again soon. I love aliens, man. I really, really do. And if I can make them consistently, that's all I would vape. But I can't. I just can't. So anybody in chat who can make aliens, who will give me like a bulk discount, hit me up, man. Like for real. If you'll sell me 20 sets for a decent price, like I can't pay $20 a set. I can't even pay $10 a set. But if we can work out a deal, I would love that. Could I pay a few dollars a set? Maybe I could supply the wire and compensate you maybe with some e-liquid, you know, a few dollars a set. That I would be okay with. I don't want to pay MTurk $20 a set. Not that I don't care about MTurk, and not that I think his shit is not quality, because it definitely is. But after watching him build, his coils, while handmade, are really at this point machine-made coils, because the man is just a machine. And I mean, he even wraps his coils with a drill, which that really turns me off for some reason. Like, there's something about wrapping a coil by hand, and I know that he does this because he makes thousands of these things. Um, but it kind of turns me off a little bit, if I'm just being totally honest with you guys, right? And so I just got a really weird message fucking from a kid that I used to work with. I'm trying to ignore it. So as much as so that really bothered me. Like, if you watch him, he'll like wrap. He has this like bit where he puts the stick in, and just wraps it. That really bothered me. The builds aren't low enough for me either, and there's no variance. He just makes one type of coil, and because he makes so many of them, it felt like maybe they should be a little bit cheaper. I don't know, but there are other people I could buy from as well, but just nobody I'm super interested in buying from. Kenny B, if you're interested in working out some kind of deal, hit me up. ADV, if you're interested in some kind of deal, hit me up. I want to work out a deal with somebody I like, somebody that I actually want to buy from. There used to be a lot more people that I liked and that I like to buy from, but that 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 list has grown smaller over the years. So, these people who came on the show who I liked and who I would buy from, but not anymore. And one of those people is not with us anymore, and I fucking miss him all the time. So, um, R.I.P. Rye, man, I fucking miss you so much. I really got in my head yesterday. I went through my channel. I was just looking at old videos, and some of the videos that I have a lot of views on. Kind of trying to see what the sauce was on those videos, why they got more views than other videos, and there's really no rhyme or reason to it. It's just some things are more popular, whatever. The algorithm hates me nowadays, anyways, but it doesn't matter. But on one video, I had Rye on the show. I had a comment from John Mueller. And I had a comment from Scott, and all three of those people are gone, and they all passed away last year. And it really got me in my head about how many people I lost last year. I also lost a really dear friend that I grew up with, Virgil Levinger, who had just started vaping, and he won a contest to win some e-liquid or some vape gear stuff right before he passed away. He was coming into the chat on live shows, and we'd actually just also started playing Dungeons and Dragons together. Um, I've always been interested in that kind of shit, but because I'm a fucking nerd, um, but never really had like a group to do it. He did. He was actually really well known in that circle of like Twitch, Dungeons and Dragons streamers, which is a thing that I didn't know about until him. But he knew, he had like a big following, and it was cool to like learn that about him and to really reconnect with him. And then he passed away. He passed away. So, uh, yeah, lost a lot of people, and I've lost a lot of people over the years with this channel too. So, these when I first started, this is kind of a downer, but I swear, this will be it. When I first started, there was an older woman. Her name was Adra Murray, and she watched every single video, commented every single video, was so supportive, sent me care packages all the time. She was like probably my mom's age, just a very, very, very sweet woman who really believed in what we did at Overdose Vapes. She was so supportive. Her husband was so supportive. She was so supportive. And I was really looking forward to, because we had actually talked about, like meeting up and like getting to know, like actually meet her and like hang out with her. And I didn't see her for a few days. And she was like such a loyal viewer that like not seeing her for a few days, and like, especially in the Facebook group, which used to be a lot more popular than what it is now. That's my fault, but whatever. Um, I contacted her and she's like, "Hey, I'm getting ready to go into surgery. No big deal. It shouldn't be a big deal, but I've just been kind of feeling sick, so I came to the hospital, and they're gonna rush me to surgery. She died during that surgery, and that really broke my heart. So I really got in my head yesterday about all that shit, about all the people I lost, and so I woke up today and I was just like, you know what? I gotta just keep trucking, man, because all of the people that we lost loved this shit. They loved overdose vapes. They loved me, and that's not like me trying to like brag on myself, but like just as a person, like as a friend, I had a lot of love from all those people, and so I just want to like keep going, not let them down. So this is to all of them, man. This is to Virgil, and this is to Rye, and this is to John Mueller, and this is to everyone we lost last year. So let's take a vape. You know, may they rest in peace. Chevy man, what's going on, brother? Yeti, does he still make them? I don't think so. I can't even get a message from Yeti anymore. Steven Taylor, you take your time, man. Computers are a bitch. Oh wow. So Drowsy, track down some Coilology Alien V2 10 pack, $5 some. I'll do that. I know. I guess I don't have a ton of options. So and let's look at what some people are vaping on. Kenny B said ribbon always adds flavor. It definitely does. It definitely does. Drowsy said 2020, the year of SXK. Okay. So can you be talking about closed systems? That I think it's good for people who are vaping, but I think it's kind of good for people who are vaping, but people who have not found vaping yet. Jeff Lawson, I've never used a closed pod system, just an open pod with 12 milligram freebase nic. Mainly use Mex and Mech squonks. I'm with you, brother. I even use Mex for my what I've kind of swapped over to. Although I will say 2020 or 2019, I did have the best pod system I've ever used, which was the Caliburn. I do plan on getting more coils for that soon, so I can actually do like a proper review of it. Primarily, I've switched over to mouth to lung tanks. Still using Nic salts. I would like to transition to something like a 12 milligram freebase, but I use mech mods for those too. So I'm a mech mod guy, man. But yeah, I do like the idea of getting away from salt nicks. They're deceptively addictive. Not that's the wrong choice of words. They deceptively increase your tolerance to nicotine. That's what I meant to say. So Fix the Dinner's vaping the drop solo with the dual alien build and some root beer float e-liquid, and I believe that came from a one shot, if I'm not mistaken. Steven Taylor vaping on a topside dual with the VLS RDA with Rocket Man concentrate one shot. Good. We got a lot of concentrates, got one shots. Excellent. And then Kenny B, my man, vaping on a Purge Mech and a UL Evil Doe Prohibition, riding shotgun, and Bam's birthday cake. Cool. Church, what's going on, man? How you doing, Church? And in honor of Church being here, if you haven't already, please hit the like button. Hit the effing like button, because if you don't hit the like button, YouTube thinks you don't like it, and they look at the views and they go, this doesn't add up. So please, if you just have a second, I mean, come on. If you don't do it, you're just doing it to spite me, and I respect that. I respect that. Just watching an SQ270 with an Asgard Mini with butter pecan ice cream here. Ooh, butter pecan ice cream sounds delish. Then back to the Yeti or the drowsy thing, talking about Yeti. So yeah, man, like Yeti's still around. I see him post things on Instagram, but every time I message him, he doesn't respond to me anymore. I don't know what I did to Yeti to piss him off so much, or anybody. That whole crew of people just kind of really turned their backs on me. So, they show up sometimes, but I don't know. Daytime Frank, man, Frankie, Frank, for real. I totally dropped the ball today because I was running and gunning. I came in literally late to the show, I really want you to come on the show next week. Please. I'd love that. I will send you a message talking about what I want to talk about. We're doing a lot of DIY stuff, so I really want you to get involved. I will message you totally outside of this separately. Aaron Autry said, thoughts on Anakin MVP 5. It's going to be good. It is good. It's not bad. Anakin is a solid product manufacturer, man. Always have been. Always will be. They go through phases. I will say some of their products, probably between like 2014 and 2016, like I would say between like through 2014 and 2015, I wasn't super impressed. I could be wrong on my dates, but then they really came back with a vengeance and started releasing higher wattage mods, some really interesting tanks, and some pods and stuff. And I think that they're kind of at their peak form right now, to be honest. So MVP 5, you could do worse, man. You could do worse. No, I know, Frank. I know. I try to keep that in my mind. It's not just me. You know, he doesn't talk to anybody anymore. But there are other people. You know, not to, I don't want to get into it, but someone else used to come on here, you know, of that same crew, who I love with all my heart, honestly, like a brother. And anytime I reach out to him, he can't do it. But then I see him on other shows too, so he knows who he is, and it breaks my heart. I will hit you up, Frank, for sure. So, that Vape's on top side and drop RDA, great combination. Even though the drop is really the ugliest thing ever made. Drop solo is beautiful. Drop the original drop, it's just ugly. It's just ugly. I do love it though. And daytime Frank broke out the Aromomizer Plus today, first time in like a year. It's a good device. Nothing wrong with that shit, for real. Still good to this day. Yeah, he's not in the vape scene much. Yeah, I get it. And that was responding to KB. Aaron Autry said, new vapor here, 3 months stinky free. Good fucking for you, man. That's awesome. So you're the same one who asked about the MVP 5. Man, grab it. Good device. Totally good device. There's a lot of really good devices, though, out there, depending on your price, depending on your budget. You know what I mean? Like, legit. So if you're looking for a new device, I could offer 1,000 different recommendations. I think that things from Asmodus are really good. I think that if you can find something with if you're looking for a regulated mod, you can find some things with like DNA 250C chips that are really good. Yeah, Steam Crave still sells them for sure. Yeah, they will continue to sell them. I think they're a good device. You know, there's just a lot of really good, especially if you're looking for regulated mods. There's a lot of really good stuff out there. So I'm looking over at Panda's side because she has a lot of the regulated stuff in the house. I still think the Captain PD 270 is really good. That's a dual 2700 regulated mod. Really good looking mod. Does high wattage, very durable, very nice. I think, again, if you're thinking about Anakin, the Anakin Proton, which I use quite often, is really, really nice too. I'm tipsy, dude. Oh, that vape. You little special person, you. I'm glad you're tipsy. I'm glad you're feeling good. Oh my God. I went to the gym the other night. So we hadn't been in the gym in a little while, unfortunately. Life gets in the way. And I went hard. Fucking hard. Like, I was used to a certain routine when I was going to the gym like 3 times a week. And so I was really in this routine of like just hammering, right? Like hammering out some. I do weights. I'm not a big cardio guy. I should probably do more cardio to try to lose some of this weight, right? But most of my weight is just in my stomach, and my face, right? And the face shit will burn off really fast. The stomach, the problem with the stomach is that I got like this underlying muscle with this gut around it, and so that's going to be a lot harder to burn off. But I stick to weights a lot because I enjoy weights. I actually really enjoy lifting weights, but I fucking went ham at the gym the other night. And the day of, I was a little bit sore, but I was okay. The next day, like the day before, yesterday, I woke up and I was sore, pretty sore. But this morning I woke up and I couldn't even fucking lift my arms over my shoulders. It's still really hard. It hurts so bad here and my chest. Like the fucking front part of my elbows are crazy sore. Um, like my forearms crazy sore. I did some crazy forearm workouts because I went like big ass fucking Popeye forearms. You know what I mean? I want big shoulders. I want a big chest. I want that fucking classic mean ass fucking bald white guy look. Not the Nazi look, but like just like you know what I'm talking about. The Evil Dough is super nice, super small. Not super nice, just nice, super small for 21,700. I'm gonna check it out, man. I've heard a lot of really good things about it. Heard a lot of really good things about it. Take a toke to that. So another thing I'm thinking about, so because we have started a new segment with the DIY stuff, I'm thinking that like probably at the end of the month, if this takes off and we're getting enough submissions, and even if we don't get enough submissions, I'm going to try to like fill out the gaps with one shots. I think at the end of the month on the live show, we'll do like a best of the month kind of thing for the DIY stuff. And I also, to kind of just encourage coil building in the community, because I think it's really fallen off. I really wanted to start doing some more of the coil showcases like we used to do back in the day. We did those for a while, for like a long time actually. They just kind of petered off. The submissions were coming fewer and fewer, but I would love to get that back off the ground floor. It really added something to the show, and it got people involved, and it was fun. And so I'm all about having fun again. Some other things that I've been thinking about. So I got a really good laptop now. It's like desktop level laptop, right? It's got desktop graphics, desktop graphics card. It's got a desktop processor, liquid cooled. And it's a really, really nice laptop. It's not something that I would buy personally, but my work bought it for me. It's an HP Omen gaming laptop. They also bought me an HP Omen desktop. It's kind of like a combo. But it is really, really powerful. So I was thinking about doing some like on location kind of stuff, right? Um, Maybe taking some trips, some places. There's a lot of local e-liquid manufacturers and companies that are within my driving range that I was thinking about. Like we could go spend the night, do some vlogging, and some interviews maybe. I think now more is more relevant than ever to like talk to people about the industry, and I would have the computing horsepower to take with me to edit those videos and to record those videos and stuff like that. So, and I was also thinking about like the live stream I do here at the desk because my computer is here, but the laptop would allow me to do the live show anywhere. So I was also thinking about doing some random live streams, not random, they would be on Sunday, but like just from different places, some cool places maybe. Um, we have a lot of really great kind of scenery around here, right? And I could find some kind of Wi-Fi dongle or what do you call it? One of those. I could, my phone company offers these dongles. You can basically run 4G phone service off your computer, so I could upload like that. Some IRL streams, sort of, but still vape focused. Still vape focused. Me and Panda actually talked about starting an just like a vlog channel, like an IRL channel, a long time ago. Still something we might do. Still something I might do. Definitely gonna start bringing Panda in for reviews. She hasn't been on in a while. I love when Panda does reviews with me. I think she just kind of adds some quirky cuteness that I love having around. Obviously, I'm gonna marry the woman eventually. Yeah, the pod bros. You know what? You say that as like a jest, but I probably could do some fucking shows from a pod grow. Now, whether or not YouTube would approve of that, I'm sure they wouldn't, but I could make it happen. Like if you live in Mendocino County and you don't know people who grow pot, yeah, then you don't live in Mendocino County. For real. Um, did some streams on my Twitch channel the other day. Again, I'm not saving those, but I am ready to share the name of the Twitch channel with you guys. It's gonna shock you guys. It's overdose. It's overdose games. So if you go to Twitch, if you're a Twitch person, I don't know if anybody here watches Twitch, but if you're a Twitch person, you can search for overdose games on Twitch. Give us a follow. And when I stream games, which is not like super frequent, but you know, if people were interested, I would do it more. And you know, maybe we could play together. I'm super open to playing basically anything. I have a lot of games. Game collecting is kind of my thing. So I have a lot of games. I have a lot of PC games. I play primarily on PC. I do have consoles and stuff, but nothing that I'm really interested in playing. So if you're a PC gamer, you're interested in hanging out, playing games with me, just let me know, man. I will definitely friend you on Steam or whatever platform you use. And if you play, especially you play Elder Scrolls Online, or you're interested in playing Elder Scrolls Online, hit me up because I have a guild that is very welcoming, very nice, and we can take you through the ropes of that as well. What else? I think that's about it. Lumi streams, she plays. If you want to invite her, I just don't know Lumi at all, Chevy Man, and I've actually reached out to her before, and she just totally ignored my message. So it is what it is, man. I guess I'm just not a big enough YouTuber for her to respond to. I don't know if that's true or not, but we were on a show together, I think, or so, there was some kind of connection. I didn't just like message her out of the blue, but I messaged her and I got absolutely no response. She didn't even look at my message. No, I think she did look at the message because I think it was on. Where the hell was it on? It was on something like Instagram or maybe Facebook. It was on something where you can see if they look at your message. And I'm pretty sure she saw the message and didn't respond. Whatever. She probably just didn't know who I was. I don't know. I'm talking shit, basically. But I would love, yeah, I'd love to. Lumi seems like a totally nice person. I would be totally into streaming games with anybody. Oh, PlayStation 4. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why. I have a PlayStation 4. Well, I used to, but my ex-old lady pawned it. It is what it is. But Panda has one that I could use, but we use it as a Netflix machine at this point because I have my computer that I built, and then we built Panda, a really nice computer as well. So, well, that's the thing. I wasn't trying to imply that she was Sen. I was just saying that was my experience. You know, when I reached out to her, I don't know. And the part about me not being a big enough YouTuber, was totally just a joke. Just my sense of humor. She makes RDA stance. Yeah, yeah. Yep. Yep. I saw it. She makes really good stands. I like what I saw. If I was gonna buy a stand though, man, my homeboy makes those ones. God, he used to come on the show too, but I haven't seen him in so long. But I still consider him a friend. He makes the 3D printed ones that I like a lot. And there's another company that really wants to make me stands with the Overdose Waves logo on it. That I would love to have those as well. So that would probably be what I went with first. And those are like the stands from the company. It's like a company who makes stands for like events, like for like vendor booths and stuff. But we started talking, and they were like, "Yeah, we'll make you whatever you want." And so basically, they're gonna make me a stand that has like 3 tiers, and one for mech mods, one for RDAs, and one for bottles of e-liquid, and it would all have the like silk screen of the Overdose Vapes logo, the one that's on like the banner for the YouTube page. So, so yep. Well, Sin, hey, if you know Lumi, man, tell her who I am. Tell her that I would love to play games with her. or stream with her or invite her on the show. But again, like I messaged her and I never got a response. So no disrespect meant at all. She seems like a very, very nice person. All right. Jesse, that's who it is. Boom. I see, like that's why I really hesitated to even get the stands from that company, is because I really would prefer to support Jesse, because Jesse was always a friend of mine, and he also would custom make me whatever I wanted. But the thing about the company was they were gonna like not charge me for it, so I don't know. I kind of hesitated on the whole thing. I don't know. I do want to have Jesse make me some stands though, because I want like a big. So I have like the whole closet, right? I don't know if you guys have seen it before, but I have this whole closet full of vape stuff. And right now, I have so many RDAs and I have so many mods. That right now, basically, the mods are just standing in the back, and I have little fidget spinners. They were like ended up being the right size to put, like, they have the holes on the ends, like just the cheap fidget spinners, and they were selling them for like 10 cents at Walmart. So I bought a bunch of them, and uh, I put all my RDAs in three of them, right? Three, and boom. So yeah, Travis, you can find it Louis over on AG. See, that I'm pretty sure that's where I messaged her at, like a private direct message. You know what? I'll just check. Where the fuck's my phone? I'm not gonna show you guys, obviously, but um, my phone couldn't have gone far. Oh, here it is. Um, bear with me for 1 second. It would have had to have been on Instagram because I'm not like friends with her on Facebook. I don't think. I mean, I'm sure I'm not. Well, that's really brightened up my face. And then the call came from in the house. So yeah, man, it's about time you sold the fucking battery thing. We talked about that so many times. Seriously. And I'm serious, Sen. I'm serious. I really wasn't trying to be disrespectful. I was just telling my experience. I don't want you to be mad at me. I'm sure she's a very sweet girl. My experience was just that I messaged her because I was interested when I saw her going into the whole thing. I was really interested in doing something with her, like having her on the show as a guest. Pretty sure that was like the whole gist of the message was like, hey, I like what you're doing. I would love to have you come on as a just like a guest panelist on the show. Um, because I see that she does do that on other shows, like on Fresh's show, and on Giz's show. I saw 2 weeks ago she was on Giz's show. You know, Giz can come on my show too if he wanted, I, or he could invite me on his show. Whatever. Um, I'm fucking making lots of enemies tonight. Um, but I was just, like I was like, hey, she seems like a cool lady, and I would love to invite her on there. Eflux is the company that wants to make me the stands, man. They're so nice. Uh, so many messages. So many messages of people that I messaged who just didn't get back to me. Then there's some really sweet people who always get back to me who have no right to. People like Matt from Suck My Mod. I can fucking message Matt, and he messaged me back right away. Matt, I know you're not watching this, but if you are, man, you're truly a gentleman. When I had the last problem with the YouTube channel getting the warning for the community guideline thing, he was all over that shit, all over it. He's just such a good guy. Another person who I think there's a couple people who I think are super cool. Andy O'Coon, very sweet guy. I don't, if I'm honest, I don't watch a lot of Andy's content, but ooh, we could do. You know what? Next Halloween, we're gonna do scary campfire stories for sure. Um, I don't watch a lot of Andy's content, but I do like Andy as a person. He's a really sweet guy, and he's also one who is very responsive. Who else? Kimmy Vapes, sweet girl, very responsive. Tommy Vaperz, fucking king amongst men, fucking amazing guy. I got a lot of love for these guys. Whatever happened to the Link Vapes? You guys remember Link Vapes? It wasn't like a big channel, but he was interesting. Vapor Chronicles, also a really nice guy. Jesus Christ. Maybe it wasn't on here. Oh, I should probably just search. Yeah. No, I guess I didn't send her a message here. Do they like take away the messages after a certain amount of time? I don't know. Maybe it was Messenger. We'll check that. Yep, it was Lumini Streams on Facebook. So yeah, so basically I said, hey, because I'd actually sent her a message on accident, and she responded to that, and because it was an audio message, and I said, oh hey, wrong person, and she's like, oh, I won't read it, I won't listen to it. And then I said, hey, since I have you here, my name is Travis. I run the YouTube channel Overdose Vapes. We do a live show Sunday 7 p.m. And I was talking about the show we were doing the next day, which had Daytime Frank, Kimmy Vapes. Um, and I said, if you're interested, you're more welcome to come on, hang out with us. And she read it, but she just didn't respond. So I don't know. That was the only contact I had with her. So link still pops in from time to time. That's good to know. That's good to know. Rosa Pooney, I'm so glad to see you here, girl. How you living? Um, so if anybody unless anybody has any other questions, again, if you have anything you want to get involved, like if you want to get involved with the DIY, um, recipe and review thing that we're doing now, um, you can, message me on Instagram, Facebook. You can email us at overdosevapes@yahoo.com. Literally any of those things. Again, if shipping is an issue, just let me know, and I will PayPal you or whatever, or Zelle or whatever your preferred money transfer situation is. I will send you the money for shipping. I just want to get this off the ground. I want to get some more of these videos out. I want to share some banging recipes with the community, and really get people mixing. Because I think a lot of times people, when left to their own, to just look at ELR and look at the recipes, they get lost, man. They just get lost, and they don't know what's good. And I think this could really be a big help, because if people who are watching are from the community or even outside the community, but they see that this is coming from a community, and I'm reviewing it, taking a look at it, in a fair and objective way, then I think it could really help. It could really help. So keep that in mind. Again, and then we'll do like a roundup at the end of the month, or maybe quarterly. We'll see how that goes, depending on how much we do of it. Like to get the coil thing back off the ground. So if you're still wrapping coils, I'd like to do another showcase. That could be morphed into various ways as well. We could do build table picks one week. We could do freaking coils one week. We could do favorite mods one week. I'd like to just get more picks kind of flowing into the channel from the community like we used to do. So VSO says, all of us aging peeps who smoke too much have troubles being normal people. It is easier when somebody schedules the show and posts it on Facebook. Okay. I don't know what that means. I'm totally lost in that. Totally lost. But hello, VSO. Good to see you. I'm always glad to see you. You're a king amongst men. You're a scholar and a gentleman, as always. But yeah, that's gonna be about it, I think. It's coming up on 7:30 in 2 minutes. But I really appreciate you guys coming hanging out. As always, again, if you haven't watched the latest videos from oh, you got it, buddy. I will definitely start doing that. I will start. I didn't do that this time, and I definitely will. I'll start doing more social media stuff for the shows, and for the live shows, and for the like just the videos and stuff as well. Getting back in the swing, of things. Hope you guys enjoyed the videos I did put out this week. I had a lot of fun with them. I really hope you guys did too. If you haven't seen them yet, please go watch. Again, if you haven't hit a like lately, why don't you leave me one? I appreciate it. Or a dislike. I'm sure there's a dislike. Let's go look. There usually freaking is. Not yet. It just says 11 likes. It's not showing me dislikes yet, but there will be. Thank you guys for the show. Peace out to Chevy Man. Drowsy, big thumbs up to you. Drowsy, long time viewer, man, and I really appreciate you. I really do. I appreciate all you guys, man. I truly do. People who come to this live show are like legitimately OG Overdose Vape watchers, and I just absolutely appreciate that, man. Kenny B, Jeff, man, Chevy Man, Drowsy, Church, Sin, all you guys, Rosa Pooney, you guys are just absolutely amazing, and I really appreciate you guys. So more videos coming. Got the next one coming up probably tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm off. Hopefully I really want to get it up tomorrow, but if it goes anything like the way the last one went, it could be 3:00 in the morning when it goes up. So we'll see. What a mess that was. The video finally did go up though, so that's all that matters. But I'm gonna be trying to do at least 2 videos a week plus the live show like we were doing before. I still don't think that's quite enough, but let's start with that and move on. Ideally, I would like to be putting up 3 vids plus the stream, because that's more content than not during a week. But that's a pretty high bar, especially considering I'm working full time and all that shit. But we'll see how it goes. Again, hit me up if you got DIY. Can't stress it enough. I'm really excited about that segment more than anything else we're doing on the channel right now. So, all right, much love, you guys. I'm going to let you guys get out of here. Enjoy your day off tomorrow if you have it. I really hope you do. If you don't, I'm really sorry. My apologies. And I love you guys. Peace out. Keep your coils tight. Keep your DIY flowing. And my birthday is February 4th. So keep that in mind. I'm not saying you have to get me something, but you do. I'm just fucking with you guys. Vaping Live, Vaping Jason, man. Love it. I never will do drama, man. On the live shows, I will talk shit for sure, but I never do drama videos. Have I done drama videos? I don't want to say never, but I try not to. Hasta la night. Hasta la vista, baby. Again, peace out. Take a toke to that. We'll see you guys next time. Peace out.